Hey everyone, okay, I'm back with a second video today. I'm going to do something called, I'm going to call it Witchy Wednesdays. That's what I'm going to do, Witchy Wednesdays. Annika Garrett, who, her channel is called The Sea Priestess, which you should totally check out because it's awesome. She came up with a great pagan challenge that's 52 questions, so one for each week of the year, to discuss your pagan path, which I think is great. And again, just like the tarot videos, I've been enjoying seeing everybody's answers. It's great to learn kind of what everyone thinks. So we're in the third week now, so I'm going to do the first 3 questions, and then as we go forward, I'll just, do the other ones as they come up. So the first question was, how did you find your path? Well, it's a very long and winding road, as I'm sure it is for a lot of people. When I was a teenager, I kind of heard about Wicca and witchcraft, but I didn't know a lot about it, but it did definitely intrigue me. Mind you, I was in like a very strict Catholic school, so there was a lot of information about that stuff, but I knew that that path wasn't right for me. And so when I got a little bit older, I had some kind of like unfortunate events happen, and which, were bad, but they pushed me towards exploring psychology and exploring healing and exploring like psychological healing and goddess spirituality. And so I started with exploring that, and from there I got led towards learning about Wicca. And the first books that I read, I wish I had copies here, but I read Diane Steen's Casting the Circle, which is a very feminist kind of Wiccan or witchcraft book. And then I also read D.J. Kami's Falcon Feather and Valkyrie Sword, which is also like a feminist Norse one. And those were my first 2 like witchy books. And I loved them, and I just, devoured them, and I started my own practice. And from there, I kind of met people. Some people said, oh, I can teach you or whatever. And, they weren't really formal teachers or anything, but they did teach me some things. And then when I met my friend, one of my really good friends, Nicole, we started learning Wicca and witchcraft together. We started, like, I remember going to her house and being like, oh, you're into this too? And she's like, so are you? And so we started just practicing and learning together. And this is like 20 years ago, something like that, a long time ago. So we started learning like that, and from there I just, kept reading. Every so often I'd run into someone and you'd learn something, but we mostly kind of like kept to us and our friends because we didn't know a lot of people. And this is before the internet. This is before like, like the internet was just starting. I mean, there was like, I don't know, there was those little, what do they call it? I'm trying to think what those chat rooms were called. I want to say ICQ. Be wrong, but anyway, that was it. Like it was not like it is today at all. So if you didn't know, you didn't know where to find people. So we just kind of like learned on our own, and I started, like I said, with goddess stuff, and then I kind of moved towards Celtic because I have British and French backgrounds. That's my background, and started learning more Celtic stuff and studying Celtic mythology. And then from there, I kind of like started learning like a little bit of Egyptian and Greek mythology as well. And it just kind of grew from there. I mean, like, I'd been reading tarot as well, but I started reading, like, learning astrology because it kind of leads you to all of these different branches and things. I studied a little bit of shamanism, a little bit of, and now I kind of, so I feel like a bit of a magpie witch, like I collect things a little bit, like, and what works for me. And I'm very eclectic in that way, and I don't see that as a bad thing. I see it as like, I'm not rigid, and what works for me, and if something doesn't, I'm free to let it go. So, right now I say like I'm still have more of a Celtic bent, I would say, but I work with lots of different deities from different cultures. I also work with angels, which some people say, oh, this new age of fluffy, but whatever. And I incorporate all those things in a way that's satisfying to me, like it's very personal kind of spirituality. So that's kind of the path that I have, and it's not been a formal path, and it's not been like straight. Like I said, it kind of zigzags all over, but it has been a really fulfilling and personal path for me. And also when you work with others, you kind of see them grow and them do their thing, and you influence each other, and I think that's really wonderful. So that's how I came to my path, which is mostly just me reading books and hanging out with friends and us trying things, and that's how I came to it. Also, YouTube has been really great too in the past while, the past few years. I know, old person, past few years, even though it's been around for years now, but it's been a great resource, that and social media and stuff, for learning and hearing about what other people think. It's actually kind of jealous of young people these days that they have it a little easier than, you know, when we were younger. Let's see, the second one is, are you in or out of the broom closet? I would say out. You know, it's not like I walk up to people and say, huh, I'm a witch, blah, 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 you know. But people usually, when they see me, often assume certain things about me, that I'm a little bit different, so they aren't terribly surprised. Also, where I live, people don't really care what religion you are. It's not a big thing. You know, it's pretty, well, you know, I don't know. I guess, I know in some parts of the States it's like a big thing, but in Canada it's not really a thing. Like, I know there's pockets where it's still, you know, there still might be prejudice against it, and even like in the province I live in, certain villages, certain towns outside the city some people still might, you know, kind of frown on you and stuff. However, where I live, no one really cares, so it's not that big of a deal. At least if they do, they've certainly never said it to my face, so whatever. And my shrine. Well, my shrine is over here. It's always in the background. Maybe here. I'm gonna pick this up. Ooh, look at that. Oh, wait. I've put it front forward. Okay, there we go. So, okay, that's a little bit weird. That's my shrine there. So that's my picture of the god and the goddess. And then I bought these candles at the dollar store, just to represent God and Goddess, Mary and Jesus. I don't mind. Some people may say, oh, that's Christian, but whatever. They're stand-ins for the God and Goddess. And I think growing up Catholic, I certainly understand that. And then I have my I'm doing this backwards, yeah. Sabbath card, card of the week, daily card, and then my card for the moon that I'm working with. Let's see if I can get a little better angle there. So yeah, that's my cup that I got from my ex-sister-in-law, which I just love. Incense. I've got these artist runes in this bowl here, which I take out and use as salt when I'm working with it. I think that's a hawk's feather. I found it by the river one time. I've got my thami under there. The candle holder. I've got crystals on my altar, my pendulum. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this. This is my proper working altar over here. And then it's kind of been extended. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Okay, this may look a little weird. Okay, it's kind of been extended a bit. This is kind of my altar to ancestors and the dead. Okay, the lighting's not the greatest. Maybe that's a little better. This is my brother, passed away 7 years ago. There's a candle for Kali and for Anubis. And then I also have my bowl of crystals here, and then some items from my pets that have passed on, as well as some items from some of my ancestors that have passed on as well back there. So this is kind of been expanded a bit to a bit of a ancestor altar over here. Okay, sorry about that. Thanks for putting up with my, you know, not so snazzy camera work, but anyway, that's my shrine. That's what I have. It's pretty simple, but it's been with me for a long time. I've had this little shelving unit with books and things as my shrine for about 20 years. So ever since really I've been living on my own, I've had that. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I'd love to hear your comments as well, and I hope you have a wonderful day.